They say real men don't talk. I say they just haven't been asked the right questions. This ain't about trends. It's about truth, about faith that don't fold, love that costs something, and manhood that still means something. I'm not here to argue. I'm here to build. This is the Always Up Podcast, Season 2, Too Real to Win. For the men still trying to love right in a world that loves wrong. Marcus and Layla sit across from each other at a chessboard. No clock, no crowd, just quiet tension, thick enough to hear every thought they won't say out loud. Marcus leans forward, steady, focused. He's memorized every pattern, every counter. Layla leans back, calm, unbothered. She isn't playing to win. She's playing to watch him lose patience. That's how love feels now. Two people still in the same room, but fighting for the right to lead the dance. Every move calculated, every silence rehearsed. Not a partnership, a performance. And the wild part, most people forget, the goal of chess isn't to kill the king, it's to protect him. Marcus wants to lead but fears losing control. Layla wants peace but fears surrendering power, so neither yields. Both defend their positions, and somewhere between pride and protection, the love gets trapped in check. Sun Tzu wrote in the book, The Art of War, the supreme art of war is to subdue the enemy without fighting. But what happens when both sides think they're the enemy? That's where the standoff begins. Not between Marcus and Layla, between love and leverage, between who we were raised to be and what we've been taught to survive as. Because the truth is, most of us aren't playing to understand the person across the table. We're playing to prove we were right to sit down in the first place. And when love turns into logic, every move starts to feel like survival. Peace was never the prize. It was the test to see if you could hold power without needing to prove it. Power used to mean protection. Now it means position. Who leads? Who listens? Who loses control first? Men were taught to lead with direction. Women were taught to lead with defense. Now everyone's protecting themselves from each other. The paradox? Both sides want safety, but nobody wants to surrender what it takes to build it. That's why modern love feels like a business meeting. Two people trading boundaries like contracts instead of building trust like foundation. You can't negotiate peace with someone who's afraid you'll weaponize it later. We've confused leadership with leverage, control with care, silence with strength. And the truth is, half the people saying they want love don't even want partnership. They want power that looks like peace. That's why arguments last longer than affection. That's why submission sounds offensive, because nobody wants to follow someone who hasn't mastered themselves first. The paradox is simple. You can't build something real when you're busy proving who's in charge, because love only grows in the presence of trust, and trust can't breathe in the presence of fear. In The Art of War, Sun Tzu wrote, "If you know the enemy and know yourself, you need not fear the result of 100 battles. But in love, the enemy isn't her, it's your reaction to her." Because most men don't lose battles in relationships, they lose control of their emotions trying to win them. That's the art of emotional war. You don't conquer peace by force. You earn it through discipline. Control doesn't mean silence. Silence without purpose is just fear in disguise. Real control is response, not retreat. Too many men confuse stillness with suppression. They think composure means distance, but emotional maturity isn't detachment, it's discernment. You don't fight every fire, you master the temperature. Sun Tzu said, "In the midst of chaos, there is also opportunity." That applies to relationships too. When emotions rise, that's your opportunity to lead, not dominate, to listen without losing your identity, to correct without condemning, because you can't lead a woman you secretly resent, and you can't protect her peace if you're always defending your pride. Love is not a battlefield, it's a proving ground for how disciplined your spirit really is. Two people in love, same house, different war. He's tired of being questioned. She's tired of explaining. every conversation turns into a courtroom where peace is on trial and ego gets the final say. You can't build peace with someone still rehearsing pain. That's the modern standoff. Nobody's listening. Everybody's defending. Men crave respect. Women crave reassurance. But both start arguing for validation instead of vision. So she talks louder, thinking he'll finally feel her heart. He gets quieter, thinking she'll finally feel his effort. Neither one is wrong, but both are losing. Because silence can hurt just as loud as shouting, and distance can bruise deeper than words. This is what happens when love becomes self-preservation. Both people guarding peace like property instead of sharing it like purpose. He thinks surrender makes him weak. She thinks submission makes her small. But peace has no preference. It only follows whoever's willing to yield first. That's the danger of the standoff. You can win the argument and still lose the connection. Because peace doesn't live in control, it lives in understanding. For the men listening, hear this. Peace isn't found in proving your point. It's found in mastering your posture. You don't win peace by demanding it. You earn it by how you carry yourself when you don't get your way. Because leadership doesn't start with control. It starts with composure. You can't lead if you're always reacting. You can't guide if you're always guarded. You can't call yourself stable when your peace still depends on how she feels that day. Real power isn't loud. It's layered. It's how you speak when you're misunderstood. It's what you choose not to say when you're triggered. It's keeping your tone the same, even when the temperature isn't. Don't fight her. Study her. Don't outtalk her, outgrow her. A man's peace is his responsibility, not his partner's reward. And sometimes the most masculine thing you can do is not to dominate the moment, but to discern the mission. Because when you stop trying to win her and start learning how to lead her, the relationship changes from performance to purpose. Peace looks good on paper, but in real life, it's expensive. Because peace isn't a feeling, it's a decision. And every decision costs something you thought you needed. It'll cost your tone, your timing, your need to be right. Sometimes even your access to people you love. That's the part nobody tells you. Peace isn't passive, it's painful. It will stretch your patience and silence your pride. But once you learn to live without the noise, you start to hear yourself again. That's where clarity hides, in the quiet after the chaos. Most people don't want that kind of peace. They want comfort dressed like calm. They want freedom without forgiveness, control without compassion, closure without accountability. That's why peace never stays, because peace can't live where pride still pays the bills. And when you finally stop fighting, you start to see who only loved you when you were still losing yourself. That's the real cost of peace. You lose the parts of you that kept the wrong people comfortable. But here's the truth. The moment you start holding people accountable for that, they call it abuse. Thanks for listening. If this episode hit home, share it with somebody who needs to hear it. This season, Too Real to Win, is for the men still trying to love right in a world that loves wrong. No clout, no gimmicks, just truth. I'm Brian B. Turner, and this is the Always Up podcast. Until next time, stay focused, stay faithful, and always up.